We end up dropping that ignite. Ghost ends up going in. I end up having to run away here. Nearly taking that L. Last stand E. He ends up going down, securing that rampage. What's up with y'all today? It's me and Nopings, and today I am back playing my boy Dr. Mundo in the Baron lane. Look, I don't make the rules, but Gwen has to be banned out. That champion cannot exist. Moving on, I got a perfect game of MOG Rush Mundo on our hands. And for the people who have been struggling to play MOG Rush Mundo, this will definitely help you to win more games. If you're trying to improve, stick around, learn a thing or two. It's free game. Let's get into it. Alright, y'all, so hopping into the match, as you can see, we Grandmaster and we glistening. We're up against a Mordekaiser matchup. Not gonna lie, Mordekaiser is kind of difficult to play into, especially when playing Mundo. Definitely have to give him a bunch of respect in the early game, but if we can cheese a kill into him, we could definitely snowball the lane and actually secure a lead. They do have Lee Sin jungle, which is definitely a threat for early game ganking, so I'm definitely going to be playing passive, but we're gonna see how this goes. Alright, y'all, so while we cruising to lane, I just wanted to be known that I am not running Demolish this game. We are running Last Stand Mundo, and the reason as to why I haven't been running Demolish is because recently I've been inting for Demolish procs, bro. And in order to stop myself from that, I just removed that whole interaction away, bro. So now we running Last Stand, finna be playing safe and be playing for scaling. Now at this point, yes, I could be 1v1 into the Mordekaiser. I could have used his weak early game, but honestly, I'm not trying to risk possibly giving an early kill into the enemy team. My main focus is scaling, getting to my Warmon rush, and then just being able to slowly take out the lane. He is going for my ward here. I do have last stand runes, so I'm pretty confident into this fight. We are running Ghost Ignite. Definitely can look for rundowns if possible. Was kind of looking for the auto E here. Was very slow with the auto E. We could have definitely clutched that up. Either way, still a good play. Looks like Mordekaiser will be forced to go back home. So what I'm gonna do is force a hard shove, look for recalls, hopefully pick up a Giant's belt. Was kind of plotting on possibly going into the Merc Treads by early, but unfortunately we're lacking the econ, so I will end up having to recall, picking up that Giant's belt, walking back to lane. It's not horrible though. HP is definitely a good stat to have in the early game.
Danger. Micromanage like a boss.
Alright, y'all, so walking back into lane here, I did see that Lee Sin looks like he might be collapsing onto my Kha'Zix. So I will make rotations over, throwing my Q over, trying to save him. Kha'Zix ends up surviving. I end up focusing down the Lee Sin. Ari ends up rotating. We're running down. Q ends up connecting on the Orianna. Orianna flashes, looking for the Q onto the Lee. End up Eing him, securing the kill. Looking for the Mordekaiser now. Q ends up landing. End up autoing the Mordekaiser. Ari ends up picking up the kill. Very good early game. Honestly, I don't know where Varus came from, but definitely an interesting early game to start off the match. We'll be just slow shoving. I kind of wanted Mordekaiser to come and then Kha'Zix look for the ganks, but it looks like he tried to invade and Lee Sin kicked him out the jungle. Looking for rotations over. Still holding on to my ultimate. We are level 5 with red buff, so I'm going to be using this to the full advantage. Looking for a hardship as well underneath the turret. Mordekaiser hasn't hit level 5 yet, but with the red buff, we're getting regen plus my auto attacks burn and slow. So I'm really just using that in order to whittle him down. Q ends up landing. We do have a level lead onto the Mordekaiser, but with my Qs, we're just connecting today. My Qs were on point, so he's actually starting to get stressed out. Qs are actually chunking when it comes to max HP. And he basically went full AP here, so he's pretty squishy. I end up igniting. We end up going for that rundown. Just nearly didn't have enough damage. I will end up running back here because I suspected that Lee Sin might be topside. So I end up running back to my turret. Gonna look for recalls. We actually got the confirmation. He ends up hitting the vision plan. So I knew that Lee Sin was actually topside. So that was just good intuition right there. We end up walking back to lane with the Kindle Gen. Ain't gonna lie, the worst feeling is leaving base without your core item, bro. Especially when it's only 60 gold off. So I will just be farming this wave and potentially looking for recalls to secure this core item. Scorpion is coming up. We do have a slight item lead up into the Mordekaiser, so we could actually look for a fight in securing the Scorpion. So I end up moving over to there. We're gonna securing Scorpion. Starting to look for shoves. Unfortunately, we don't have Demolish, so I won't be able to capitalize on platings. But you can see my playstyle completely shifts. Instead of looking for Demolish procs, at this point I'm just looking for Qs, trying to chunk his HP bar out, and then possibly finding a way to actually engage and take him out. Not too scared. Qs are chunking with weaving. Literally juked that E perfectly. Going for this slight trade into the Mordekaiser. End up popping my ultimate. Looking for rundowns. We end up auto E'ing him. Send him right to the gray screen. And now that he's down, I will look for plates here. Unsure if Lee Sin is topside, but going to be risking it. We'll pick up the fruit just for safety and ward as well. He did rotate to Drake, so I actually feel safe here. Do have MOG in shop for pickups, bro. So it's definitely looking very good for the early game. Sitting 2-0-1. Really just going to be looking to tax his turret as much as possible before Mordekaiser comes back. Looking for just one more plating, and then we'll look for that recall. Alright, cool. Plating secured. We'll be looking for that re. But yeah, at this point, we have MOG Rush, which is extremely good. Armored Ensemble is actually up here. We end up securing the Armored Ensemble. We'll be picking up the MOG Rush plus the Mercury Treads. I did see that Mordekaiser is actually building into Riftmaker. Was kind of unsure if I would have an issue with it, mainly off the fact that I had no real heal cut besides Ignite. But due to the fact that we have such a great lead and he's low-key soft inting right now, we should be good. Really holding on my Ignite to the last moment. We end up popping Ignite plus my ultimate. Bro got baited heavy. We end up eating him again, securing our third kill of the game. Playing very good into the Mordekaiser. Extremely happy that I brought Ignite to the game, bro. Because without Ignite, there's no way I would actually be able to counter his Riftmaker without building Thornmail, bro. So, definitely happy about that. We'll be looking for pushes onto this T1. Good news is Warmonks is officially online, so I'm definitely going to be abusing it heavy into this Mordekaiser. He's definitely going to be banning Mundo after this game. But anyways, looking to take out this first T1 by any means. Almost down, just 100 HP. We end up taking out the T1. Looking for a slight fight into the Mordekaiser because I do know my Warmonks is actually active at the moment. So any trades I take into him are positive, bro. Because I'm going to just be regenning any HP that's missing right back up, bro. So anyways, we're going to be farming up this wave. Not afraid to take any trades. Making full use of the Warmog Rush right now. Kind of unsure if I'll actually be able to cut through that Riftmaker Omnivamp. So I'm really just testing the waters, chucking Qs. Kind of just stat checking him real quick. My ult's up as well. Kind of down to the wire. I'm really unsure if rotation will come through yet. Lee Sin ends up rotating. We'll just be regenerating that HP, just being a menace at this point. Clearing up the wave. We'll look to pick up the Scorpion as well. Nearly have enough for my Heartsteel pickups. Kind of looking for a fight into the Mordekaiser though. We did chuck him out heavy. And MOG Rush did heal us up, so we should be at the advantage. So yeah, really just playing respectful because there's no telling where the enemy team is on the map right now. Don't want to give away my shutdown either. So yeah, we're going to be picking up the Scorpion. We'll look for recalls, pick up the Heartsteel, and we're in a really good space right now. Alright, y'all. So walking back into lane here, I wanted to ping over my Kha'Zix to hopefully get a gank off on the Mordekaiser, but we do have Heartsteel, so I will just be abusing that to the full extent. We'll just be looking to farm up the minion wave, possibly look to land a couple auto attacks on that T2, and possibly take it out. Playing pretty respectful because I did see that the enemy team was sitting mid lane, so if I did play a little bit too aggro, we might just get rotated on. So as you can see, I'm walking back just for safety until we get confirmation. I do see that objective is coming up too, so there's 2 points of interest on the map. There's me and then there's Drake that's coming up. So this just increases the probability of my play actually working out in my favor. We'll be looking to secure that Heartsteel prod. My Q ends up landing. He's actually reaching the kill threshold here. Trying to land one more Q onto him before I actually look for that engage. Q ends up landing. I end up taking this engage. No, I don't. We end up dropping that ignite. Ghost ends up going in. I end up having to run away here. Nearly taking that L. Last stand E. He ends up going down, securing that rampage. Definitely down to the wire right there, but you know I had to clutch up. And that's really the strength of the last stand rune. It's like even if you make plays like that with last stand, you can actually clutch up. And E does so much more damage with last stand. You guys should definitely try this out in your games. Moving on though, half of the enemy team is dead. I will just be safely taking out this T2, clearing out this minion wave, and then looking for that recall. It looks like I actually abandoned. Nah, of course I didn't abandon wave. I think I am. Nah. We ended up staying because I was unsure if the enemy team would actually rotate. Drake is actually up. Like I said before, if there's 2 point of interest, aka if there's 2 POIs on the map, bro, I get the green light to push. Feel me? It's like easy pushes because it really messes with the enemy's mental. They don't know what to do with themselves. Anyways, literally at this point, I'm just farming stacks off the Mordekaiser. Just securing my stacks, bro. That's it. Landing my Qs. Not sure if I'm going to go into Sunfire. We'll be looking for recalls. Looks like I will be queuing up the Titanic Hydra. No way I don't go Titanic. I have to go Titanic. Yup. We end up going Titanic Hydra, making full use of all of our max HP. I just really want to get in the middle of a fight and just one-tap somebody with Titanic plus the Heartsteel proc. Since we are sitting on so much HP, every single time I auto somebody, I basically take them to half HP. So I really just want to be making full use of the HP that I do have built so far. We'll be looking for the pushes on the T2 bot side. Did see that Lee Sin is in his jungle. Not afraid whatsoever. Like, I'm in a very strong state. I do see that Orianna's here. Really might just threaten to engage. Orianna's rotating. I end up seeing the vision. We end up going in. Orianna ends up taking out the Lux. Big Heartsteel procs on that Lux just now. Or that Orianna. I don't know who it was, but somebody got tapped for half the HP bar. Jin looks like he wants to contest me. Tell my team to actually go threaten Baron. Literally taps Jin for half his HP bar. It's ridiculous. I am a very stacked and fed Mundo, and the best thing about it is they have no max HP damage on the enemy team. So this is definitely the perfect example as to when you want to be abusing the MOG Mundo build. So now that I have 2 POIs once again, we're going to be threatening the T3 bot side. Going to be looking to just collect this mid wave, keep the lane shoved, so that we just have prio over the objective. So this is really just a micro play, bro. Like a macro play. Just making sure the waves are shoved. So even if things do go left, we do have lane shoved. So they can't really get anything back. So I will be just tanking for the minion here. Just full on taking out the T3. Just wanted to make sure I would secure this and my minions didn't die before I would be able to. But yeah, once we looking for beats here, MOG Rush is procking off as we speak. Healing back to full HP. Looking for the wave mid. Looking for this T2 mid. Looks like Orianna wants to contest. I'm feeling very strong, as I said before. Just gonna ignore them. Basically 2-tap the T2 without demolish. Kind of baiting the enemy team here. If I wanted to, I could turn. We chilling though. I could definitely look for recalls. Looks like I will be building into Twin Guard. Just because we're so far ahead, I feel like Twin Guard was the perfect buy this time. It's good against magic and good against attack damage. So we're definitely getting a lot of bang for my buck. Anyways, finna be walking down the lane very commandingly. Looking for any play. We do have this playmaking Ari. Big ups to the Ari. Definitely is nice to have a player like you on my side. We end up looking for the Mordekaiser. Very sense of securing the kill on the Mordekaiser. We're taking out the T3 as we speak. T3 ends up going down. Jamming Prox's ultimate. I end up pinging off here. Gonna let my MOG just tick off at this point. Looking towards the T3 top side. Looks like Elder is coming up. I'm not sure if we already took out all the Drakes, but looks like Elder might be coming up. We'll be looking to take out his T3. At this point, I'm actually a threat to an enemy team I cannot be played with. Q lands on to the Lee Sin. Was looking for a pick on the Lee Sin. Could not get it. Looking for an engage somewhere. Really just trying to make the most of the last levels here. I end up queuing. Nearly taking out the Jin. My team did not hit the Nexus in time. We actually ended up going down, but regardless, I definitely played this game to the T. Like, this is picture perfect MOG Rush Mundo gameplay. So if you guys did enjoy this video, please consider like and subscribe and possibly hitting that notification button as well to just make sure you guys are getting notifications when I do post. But yeah, though, sitting 31 stars, GM. I just ended up giving away the MVP to Ari dying just now, but it is what it is. 28,000 damage dealt, 17,000 damage taken. So as I said before, you guys enjoyed. Please consider liking and subscribing. It's Nopings. I have to catch y'all in the next one. Thanks for watching. Peace out.